So, was White Dwarf issue 101 the best ever issue of White Dwarf? So, issue 101 here is a rather early issue of White Dwarf. This one in particular is allegedly a Bloodbowl special. Now, back in the day, White Dwarf used to be quite a cheap magazine, although at the time it might not have been cheap, but it looks cheap when you look back. Used to be £1.25. A bargain. Well, a bargain nowadays. Now this issue also apparently features Warhammer, RuneQuest, and Paranoia. Sounds very interesting, doesn't it? Anyway, let's jump in and have a look. Okay, so here we have Games Workshop's monthly games magazine, White Dwarf, issue 101. And this one would set you back a whopping £1.25, or $2.50 if you're in the US. This allegedly is a special Bloodbowl issue. So first up we have an advert for Warhammer, Power Behind the Throne, which I believe is a supplement for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. We can see here that this issue 101 was of May 1988, so quite a long time ago. Our first little taste of Warhammer 40,000 in this issue is the Imperial Army Landspeeder, not a Space Marine Landspeeder, and I do like the way they have this lovely white heavy plasma gun on there. We also have our Renegade of Chaos, a limited edition miniature apparently, a squat Thrud gun, who remembers the squats, or should we call them the Leagues of Votan, and an Eldar war robot with accompanying battle drones. I think they're known as Wraithguard nowadays. I may be wrong. If you know, let us all know in the comments below. Games Workshop opened its doors at the Plaza. Somewhere where I can't remember. Where was this? Blah, blah, blah. Oxford Street, London. We have some artwork here by Russ Nicholson. Some of it looks very busy, but I do like this Mark VI Space Marine. Yet more Russ Nicholson artwork, and then we're onto an advert of sorts for Warhammer Siege. This is when they released the Mighty Fortress. However, look at these Mark VI Marines here. I think that's a Wordbearer's logo, is it not? That demon's head. And they have a shark mouth of sorts. I think that looks wonderful. These, I believe, are tactics for Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Then we have Critical Mass, our regular book review column, which I don't think exists in White Dwarf anymore. A shame, perhaps. Grombrindal up here answers your letters. Some of these may be important, but we're not going to read them. Blanchitsu, sadly, is just one page of letters this time. It's not an Eavy medical. It's not a Heavy Metal article teaching you anything with nice photos this time. An advert for Golden Demon 1988. Let us know if you entered this, because if you win a place in the grand finals at the shops, you would get a Master Painter t-shirt, and I'd like to see what those look like. Thrud the Barbarian apparently is a farmer this time. Trouble at the number 1 inn. Not sure what this is. This might be some sort of accompanying game or just a random Warhammer article thing. An advert for that Mighty Fortress we were talking about. Quite a big kit apparently. 28 inches by 18 inches. So that's over 2 feet wide. That's over this big. Marvellous. More of that thing. What was this? This scenario is I can't speak today. This scenario is designed to be used with the rune crest. My word, what is wrong with my speech abilities today? To be used with the RuneQuest supplement Griffin Island. So this is all to do with RuneQuest, a game I've never played and don't want to play. Back issues here, you might want to order one. I don't. More RuneQuest supplementation. And here we have Heroes for Dungeon Quest. They were the greatest heroes of their time, but not anymore. And I feel we've done this advert a fair few times over the months. More of that supplement. We do have some nice black and white art. It does look like Russ Nicholson's style to me. I may be wrong. Here's some more, and there's a man sharpening his blade on someone else's blade. They're not sharpening their blades. They're having a fight. Okay. Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I've not played this one, but it looks quite fun because it's got that 3D tower style board game structure going on there. And does it come with a free poster? What is this? No, but it does come with metal miniatures. That's interesting for a board game. One day we'll look into that, but not today. Mail order bits. How much does that cost anyway? The Mighty Fortress is £20. Not bad really, is it, for such a sizable piece? 8 Lewd, 8 Owl up next, or Bloodbowl to you masses. 14, that's my lucky number down there on that elf. Maybe we should collect elves. Here are your old commentators. I think they've changed them a little over the time. These two look like the guys from G.I. Joe, the two Cobra twins, Zerzix and Zigzox, or whatever their names were. Please, someone let me know their correct names in the comments below. More Blood Bowl artwork here, and here we see the game. A game which I've never played, but I would like to. Blood Owl, as it looks like there, but no, it is Blood Bowl. The pitch here looks quite a chunky thing. It looks a bit like one of those fat yoga mat things made of that EPF foam or whatever it's called. You get like the jigsaw mats for putting down under kids' slides and things so they don't break their necks when they jump off. Quite like the Elfheim Eagles here. They are very purple. They look a little Slaanesh, to be honest. And the Bright Crusaders. Here's those Zamox. Was that his name? I forget. The Cobra twins. What's going on here? This looks like a Judge Dredd piece. Lots of 2D artwork here, and these appear to be sort of story pieces accompanying the release of the game, featuring those Cobra twins. Tamox and Zamot. One I'll probably remember by the time we get to the end of the video. Here we can see an orc versus a human. Oh, that's Varag Ghoul Chewer and Griff Oberwald. I believe they're still doing the rounds to this day. So while studying the artwork of this Blood Bowl looking ogre on the front of the magazine, you can see he has a lovely pair of leopard or cheetah skin trousers or shorts. However, if you look at this particular spot here, it appears to say, if you're enjoying this video, then please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel, or removing that seagull from outside of that window because it's making rather a lot of noise. That means you, Mac. If you are enjoying the content on this channel, then please consider joining the Patreon, the link to which is in the description below or up here somewhere. Left a bit, right a bit, fire. This is a piece based on the Orc Bolt Thrower, one of the best weapons in Warhammer. Some adverts for South Sea Models and Games. No one knows if they're still going. The Affair of the Hidden Jewel, a melodrama with a thick plot by Lewis Page, and sadly we won't be reading that. However, we might read it another day, but I very much doubt it. Not sure what that's about. Is it literally a story? No? We have stats and things, so it looks to be some sort of playable piece. For The Affair, Annalisa Kessler, Bruno the Double Agent, and my favourite, Count von Drakensberg. Marvellous. Here's that Orc Bolt Thrower. That looks a lot smaller than what I had in my head. I imagined a bigger piece, a bit like the Goblin Doom Diver of years gone by, which would have been released considerably later than this was released. Doom Diver must have been what, early 90s? Not sure. Some lovely looking Chaos Warriors down here. Very nice. At the sign of the Crossed Lancers, yet another scenario-looking piece. There's a lot of scenarios for stuff I have no idea what it refers to. Chapter approved. Here we have some rules for your Eldar What's-It, your Eldar War Robot, and accompanying battle drones. Is this a Beelzhahn Dreadnought? Sorry, War Robot? I do like his Infinity Circuits logo there. I assume that's what that means, the Infinity symbol. Eldar Ghost Warriors, yes, there they are down there waving. Hello, we see you, very good. Rules for the Thud gun and the old super duper template where you cut 4 out, used one of those, what are they called, where you put the pin through, bent it over, and you had a hinge of sorts. What would it be called? What are they called? Paper fasteners. I should have just read it first, hey? Here's the land speeder for the Imperial Guard. Sadly, they don't have that anymore, and I feel they should. Now that land speeders, now that Primaris Marines have moved on to pastures new with all their contraptions, Imperial Guard could get the old Marine stuff, eh? That's what I think. More Bloodbowl, Goblins, Orcs, and Ogre, Elves, and... what's going on here? A dancing orc. He might be kicking. There's a cheerleader. Marvellous. Hey, look, he's got one as well. A kicking leg, I mean. Very interesting poses. TM Games. I see a lot of this advert. Wonder if they're still there. TM Games. Are you still available? Do you still exist? Let us know in the comments below. Clone Day Surprise, a Games Day 87 Paranoia scenario. I don't know how to play Paranoia. I'd actually quite like to play it though, it looks quite fun. But we won't be playing it today. An heavy metal piece. On shields and banners, there's a young Mike McVeigh there, getting into the rhythm of painting some expertly painted pieces. And here's that very famous guide on how to paint an ogre face on a shield. But we won't be looking at that today. Here's one you can put your own picture on. Spot the ball competition here. We're not going to send that off. I think we're a little late to the party. Some more adverts. Esdevium Games, Leisure Games, Games Fest 88. Did anyone go to that? That looks interesting. At Peterborough Role-Playing Games. 28th of May 1988. Who went to Games Fest, hey? And did they have any more? And Encounter Games and Another World. A reader's survey. Filled in by the previous owner of this White Dwarf. Chris Eaton, his name was. Thank you for the White Dwarf, Chris. We should fill this survey in and send it off. Let's do it. We should all fill this survey in and send it off. That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it? Bombard the mailbox, as it were. What's this? Index Astartes. Lovely. Old Mark VI Marine schemes. Very nice indeed. This was always my favourite. This camouflage Marines errant scheme up here. Superb. Check out the old Raptors. Very garish. Well, nothing's as garish as the old Minotaurs. They look hideous. Another brick in the wall. Not a Pink Floyd song. It's additional rules for Warhammer Siege battles, because we always need more rules. I think these are Russ Nicholson artwork pieces here, and these look like orcs drowning in beer. An interesting way to go. Well, this orc is killing his mate. Oh dear. Fighting about... There they are again, Zamox and Timot. Still not sure of their names. I'm pretty sure if you say it forwards, it's the other one's name backwards, and vice versa. Not sure. A few lads. I think that's John Blanche there, hanging out with a Blood Bowl team. Some Chaos Thugs. I think some of these live near me, you know. Seeing a few of these hanging around the bus stop. This guy's carrying someone else's head. He is known for being two-faced. And, oh... this one's wearing a lovely sort of skeleton outfit. Very interesting. This is a thick piece of card. I think it's for use with these Bloodbowl cutouts here. Ah yes, and on the back we can see some of the Bloodbowl players. Jordell Freshbreeze, the Cyclone, Luan Proudbrow, Spiky Norman, Borg Unthrog, the Howitzer, Kolath Headripper, and Gorflem Rockbreath. I like his name. So that was issue 101 of White Dwarf magazine. What do you think of that one? As always, I quite enjoy the art on the front of the magazine, and it also feels like there's quite a lot of content in there for an old magazine. Did you own this magazine? I bought this one from eBay. For some reason I started to squander my words. Is that even a phrase? I started to stumble upon my words there. Yes, I bought this one from eBay, probably for around £4. What do you think was the best article in this magazine? I'm going to go with the Badab War article, or maybe the Heavy Metal Shields and Banners painting article. Do you like the old White Dwarf magazines? Myself, I love them, especially the old Heavy Metal patina. Especially the old heavy metal articles. They were always very handy back in the day, and they don't seem to be the same sort of standard anymore. Or maybe they are and I just haven't looked. If you want to see some more old White Dwarf magazines, and I know you do, then check out the playlist up here somewhere. As always, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.